Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Russian DOTA2 League. In this loser bracket match, best of 3 between Mousesports and No Tidehunter. This is going to be game number 2. No Tidehunter able to take it game 1 in a pretty convincing fashion. Never really felt like they were that far behind ever, even though they gave up first blood in kind of a funny way. I don't know if you watched the game, it was amusing. But No Tidehunter do end up taking it. It was about a 37-minute game. And kind of an odd gyrocopter build coming out from Loda there. We'll see what they end up running in this particular game. They are going to be on the Radiant, and they get the first pick this time, which leaves Mousesports to the Dire with the second. And the first ban phase already underway here. Actually completed now. And we're going to see Wisp and Batrider are going to be the two bans coming from Mousesports. Nyx and Keeper of the Light going to be No Tidehunters, and they're going to choose to pick up the Magnus for their first pick right off the bat. So going to have that once again for S4 probably. It's also possible we could see it in the hands of Admiral Bulldog, but not really how No Tidehunter typically run. They almost always get to S4. I think maybe he's just a little bit more reliable of a Magnus player.
10 seconds.
We'll see how they react if the rest of the draft goes, because Mousesports instantly got a first pick. Lone Druid. Not giving that guy to the Bear Man once again. Tired of dealing with Admiral Bulldog and all of his bear shenanigans. They're going to take it for themselves after not being willing to ban it up. They pair that up with the Shadow Demon in this particular game, so grabbing that support who's pretty powerful. We actually see him even sometimes making it to the first ban phase from some heroes, or some teams. And going to see No Tidehunter now pick up Leshrac as well as Lifestealer. Leshrac, not a hero we're seeing a ton get picked up this early in drafts, but does from time to time get banned out in that second ban phase, so if this is what they really wanted, not a terrible pickup by any means. And I also got paired up with the Lifestealer, who we saw on the side of Mousesports last game. Black had a ton of farm, and even though his team was pretty far behind, the enemy team was very rich and quite far ahead on experience. He was able to get a lot done, just do a ton of damage. We'll see how he ends up working out this game. For No Tidehunter, probably going to see him in the hands of Loda this time instead of Black. And Mousesports with their third and final pickup of this first pick and phase. Gonna go with the Puck, so getting the team fight hero. Probably see him head to that mid lane. Puck, obviously, a pretty good hero to have when you're running into a Magnus. Whenever you see that Magnus blink in, if you have good enough reaction times, you can get that silence off before he can get the skewer, before he can get that reverse player. They both have much longer cast animations, really, than the reverse polarity. In particular, skewer is kind of instant, so you might not be able to get it off in time, but reverse polarity has a pretty long animation. We see players screw around canceling it repeatedly over and over again in games, but silence is basically instant. And now the second ban phase is going to be underway. You look at Mousesports lineup, they have that Lone Druid, they have the Puck, probably both going to end up as solos. Of course, Lone Druid we do see get played as basically a tri-lane farmer, particularly in, I think, Asian Dota, Chinese Dota, maybe even Southeast Asian. I don't watch too much of Southeast Asian, but I know in European scene we almost always see him just end up in the soul lane. They like to pick up another carry to kind of pair up with the Lone Druid. So looking for Mousesports to pick up some sort of farmer for their tri-lane, as well as a secondary support. And No Tidehunter banning out some of those supports, going with the Lina as well as the Rubik. Rubik with Shadow Demon leads to a very, very defensive tri-lane. They really don't have damage early on in the game. Whereas with Lina and Shadow Demon, it's a very aggressive tri-lane, because Lina provides so much damage, burst potential, and of course Light Strike Array, really easy to land when you have a disruption for setup. And then when you get that Soul Catcher, she'll have 2 nukes as well typically, and they do a ton of damage. So we'll see what No Tidehunter want to ban out here, if they're just going to go for another support, try and weaken their tri-lane that way, or if they're concerned about any of the opposing carries Mousesports can pick up. If they want to ban out something like maybe the Faceless Void, who's particularly good against Lifestealer. Rage, not really going to save you when you're trapped in time. And Mousesports, they choose to ban out Chen as well as the Nature's Prophet. They don't want to get split pushed by the Nature's Prophet in this particular game. As well as taking out that Chen, who we saw work out pretty well. Aki had a lot of success last game, keeping people alive early on in the game, and I think it really defined the tempo of the game. When his allies weren't dying so early, we're also going to see Bounty Hunter getting banned out here, so banning out all of the Admiral Bulldog heroes except for the Lone Druid, who they pick up for themselves. Of course, making jokes at Admiral Bulldog's expense about how he likes to run only really those 3 heroes in that off lane.
Enchantress.
So now we're gonna head to the second pick phase. Jakiro was the last band from No Tidehunter. Just another support that pairs up pretty well with the Shadow Demon. You can use
Alchemist.
the oh man, someone just called that shit. Alchemist is going to be the 4th pickup from Mousesports, so that's probably who we're going to see farming. We're going to have a black Alchemist, it looks like, going for that big ass farm. Shout out to Kasapa, I was able to get that done, or the call on that pick. No Tidehunter now looking for their 5th and final pickup. They already have what we typically see as 2 supports in the form of the Loserbracket and the Enchantress. Of course, the Loserbracket can solo. Can see him in the mid lane, as well as remaining. That would leave Magnus probably to be to the off lane. They could pick up another support here if they wanted. Not really expecting that, but it could be the case. I think it's a little bit more likely that they're just going to run the basically dual lane with Loserbracket and Lifestealer. Enchantress in the jungle being around to support as well. Magnus in the mid lane. They're looking for something for Admiral Bulldog to play here, and I think that hero is probably going to be Clockwork. That's the hero I would kind of expect to see here. We'll see what they end up going for. It is going to really kind of give away whatever their lanes end up being once we see this pick. They're going to go with Gyrocopter. That is not a hero I would have guessed. Okay, so Gyro could end up in the mid lane. Lifestealer could also end up in the mid lane. Magnus could end up off lane. They have a lot of options here. They could also just run like a safe lane solo Gyro or a Lifestealer or Gyrocopter, and run an aggressive tri lane with the Loserbracket. I think the Lifestealer with the Loserbracket is a little bit stronger than the Gyrocopter with the Loserbracket. Though Gyro is ranged, so it has a little bit more harass he can put on, but it's really hard to land a split earth on an enemy hero just by guessing. And the slow from open wounds is often enough to get it done, but Gyrocopter, you can't really rely on homing missile as a setup stun, since it takes so long to actually get to the enemy hero, and sometimes they're already in a position that's really hard to engage in by the time it actually lands. Mousesports thinking about their last line pick up here now, though. They have the support in the Shadow Demon, and we're probably now going to see Alchemist farming in a tri lane, which leaves Lone Druid to the off lane. Puck in the mid lane. They're probably looking for another support here to pair up with that Shadow Demon. Which means No Tidehunter are banning out these heroes. They're probably a lot of the heroes that Mousesports really would like. What? Morphling? So are we going to see a support Alchemist? We see it from time to time. It's not, that surprising. But they're going to go with Morphling, a hero that we haven't really seen a ton of in the competitive scene in quite some time. He got kind of hit by the nerf stick directly after TI2 to try and get him out of the competitive scene, basically, as everyone was completely done with Morphling. I don't know how many of you were watching Dota really competitively during TI2. I know I was there. Is that an Admiral Bulldog Nyx? It is an Admiral Bulldog Nyx. That's what I was saying. They might just run him in the safe lane solo and run an aggressive tri lane. Alright, so what I was saying about Morphling, he got hit by the nerf stick because everyone was tired of him after TI2, where he's picked up like every single game as like first pick, and whoever had Morphling was winning and all that kind of stuff. But a little bit of that nerfs have kind of fallen off. He's gotten a little bit of it back. Still not as quite as powerful or as fun to play as he was right around TI2 when he was super powerful. In particular, the nerf to his casting abilities while in waveform. Still there. Let's see what's going on. As for checking for Roshan, just in case, it looks like. We'll see how they want to lane this stuff.
30 seconds to battle.
We do have Admiral Bulldog on the Lifestealer. Not what I would have expected to see, but is going to be what we have nonetheless in this particular game. He's starting to head up towards that off lane. S4, of course, on the Magnus. Probably going to see him in the mid lane. We got Smuggly on the Loserbracket, Loda on the Gyrocopter, and finally Aki taking up the Enchantress. Pretty standard for Aki to be on the jungling support for No Tidehunter. On the side of Mousesports, we got Alex taking up the Alchemist, Killchka on the Lone Druid, Fata taking up the Puck, Paz on the Shadow Demon, and finally, of course, Black on the Morphling. Popping a little bit of the agility morph, getting that damage. Wants to be able to actually last hit level 1. Can't say I blame him. It looks like they're just going to have a solo off lane Nakes at the moment. Nope, Smuggly making his way up here. And Loda going to be solo safe lane on the Gyrocopter. Both players pulling their creeps into the jungle there. So Bulldog going to be up here with some support on the snakes, but he's still not going to be very safe to farm, especially against kind of all of the abilities that can come out from Mousesports. Expect Unstable Concoction at level 1 from Alchemist, Disruption, going to be up on the Shadow Demon, of course now. Black is hit level 2, so he's got that waveform. Already hits kind of hard. With the Strength Morph actually tied with Lifestealer in base damage right now, or total damage, rather, because he's +6 from the Ring of Basilius. Creepwave pushing pretty far towards No Tidehunter's lineup. Shadow Demon trying to get close to get some sort of disruption off. Meantime, Loserbracket and Enchantress smoked up, heading towards this middle lane. And we'll see where they end up going. They're looking like they might want to head into the woods, actually. Need to be careful about this. The smoke going to get revealed. And Enchantress going to steal a Dark Troll Summoner. So going to have those up. We'll see what they want to do with them if they're just trying to steal this pull. But that smoke not going to lead to any real gank. Enchantress is going to be here now, however, with some creeps. That's going to put some pressure back on the tri-lane from Mousesports. They're not really going to be able to contest too hard with the Enchantress here as well. Black, pretty squishy. He does, of course, have the Strength Morph, which is typically enough to keep anyone alive. It's hard to fight through it. And not a lot going on in the moment, though. They're heading back to contest another pull here. It looks like they have all these creeps. Keeping Alex back off experience as well as Paz. They're both level 2 now. And the support's also level 2 on the side of No Tidehunter, so going about even at the moment. But with this pull contest, it's going to go their way a little bit in terms of experience. Meantime, Lifestealer's here as well. Not really getting a lot done in lane when the creepway's on the enemy tower. Something to be worried about. He is also sitting level 2, approaching 3. Is in the meantime, Black getting close to level 4 on this Morphling. Can't really hope to outlast hit Admiral Bulldog very well, though. Do similar amounts of damage, and of course, a melee hero, if he's allowed to sit in the creep wave, is just going to do more damage. Because his attack animation is just going to be better. There's no projectile to watch going in, and Morphling doesn't have something that's not impossible to deal with, like a sniper bullet. Loda doing pretty decent in the bottom lane of farm. That's about double what the Lone Druid has. Which is kind of surprising. Lone Druid should be feeling particularly unsafe. In the meantime, first blood goes down the mid lane, trying to watch us engage in the top lane. And Fata gonna get the first blood on S4 actually. Meantime, Morphling able to get that kill on Loserbracket up in the jungle. Was expecting that to be first blood right there. We're going the way of Black, but Fata, not even level 6, so he didn't have any of those points in the Dream Coil. Not sure what S4 was doing to get himself killed there. That kill going to make this tri-lane start to pretty heavily favor Mousesports, and that's what they got to be worried about. They have the disruption is set up for basically the Unstable Concoction to charge up a little bit, allow Alex to get in position, and they don't really have a lot of disables on the side of No Tidehunter. If they initiate on Loserbracket, he's stuck in disruption. He can't do anything. He can't split Earth to try and stop Alex. And Aki has a slow. Admiral Bulldog has a slow, and it's just not that good. Splitter's gonna miss. That's kind of the issue with it. It's pretty hard to land. Smuggling went for it. Last hits continue to be traded, however, in this mid lane. Fada gonna be a little bit ahead because of that first blood. Even if they're basically dead even on last hits, gonna be ahead in farm and money. First blood gold. Aki continue to try and jungle, and this dire jungle has a Hellbearer now. So is that Clap, a pretty strong ability. It looks like they might be thinking about going. It's pretty hard for them to go on Admiral Bulldog because you can't really use the setup there from Disruption. And Alex is going to go down here. That kill going the way of Enchantress. Tries to get the concoction off. Not really going to be able to do anything. Fada up here with the haste spin. It's going to be a kill on Aki on the Enchantress. So just going to trade 1-for-1, support for support. But Aki got the last hit. And Black got the last hit for Mousesports. So Black getting another kill, sing 2-0 on his Morphling now. Continuing to just sit up here and farm. It's actually doing better than everyone in the game except for S4 in the mid lane on that Magnus, who hasn't moved around too much yet. Gonna get lucky, find the rune top. It's gonna be DD, so he'll just bottle up here. Emerald Bulldog continue to just fight for last hits, but Black having almost double now. It's pretty rough for Emerald Bulldog. Of course, we don't really expect him to be the hard carry all the time, as Loda does typically play that role. Loda's gonna have to start being pretty careful against this bear, though. Killstra has hit level 5. He's actually level 6 now. Choosing not to get a point in true form, going for another level in synergy, actually. So doesn't seem to be particularly concerned about dying. And Loda, if he gets entangled, it's probably going to be his death.
Never in 10,000 years.
Radiant's middle
He's
tower
gonna get chased
is
to the
under
tower
attack.
now. And there's the entangle on Loda. Oh, the root's just gonna kill him. So free kill for Killchka. There is some support coming down here now in the form of Aki, but it's kind of hard to imagine they're gonna be able to do anything except maybe kill off the bear. Shockwave gonna fly through lands, but Killchka gonna just walk away. So up 4-1 the kill score now. It looks like something going down in this top lane a little bit. Black throwing some harass. Now Aki maybe in some trouble, gonna get the net on the bear, and their Shockwave fly through. Just being, I think, a nuisance for now. Loda coming forward, has the call down ability. Not gonna be able to do a ton with it, however, as the bear probably just gonna end up killing him. He's that ultimate or venom, orb of venom, orb of venom. I want to say ultimate orb of venom, which gives his attacks that slow. It's gonna make it hard for Gyrocopter to be able to really walk away. Loda with that flat cannon, trying to do as much damage as he can to the bear. Gonna get rooted up now. Aki's here, however, as well. Killswing needs to be concerned about this. He still doesn't have any points in that ultimate, so he's pretty susceptible to these ganks. Now he's turning around. The bear is in leash range now. Dreamcoil gonna get dropped on too. Here comes the call down. It's only gonna really hit on illusions. The silence for Puck. Gonna finish off Enchantress. There's the disruption. On Smoglu, he's taking a lot of damage as well. In the meantime, Gyrocopter has gone down. Alchemist getting that last. Smoglu trying to get away. It's only a matter of time. Even if he dodges this orb, doesn't actually dodge the orb. So he's going down. And the Splitter's actually missing there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So another cup of 3 kills actually there, going the way of Mousesports, sitting 7-1 the kill score now, and these lanes just not really working out for No Tidehunter. Really surprised that they tried to run the aggressive tri-lane into the defensive tri-lane from No Tidehunter or Mousesports when they had a jungler like the Enchantress. It really doesn't provide as much support as they probably needed. Loda gonna get hit here by the unstable concoction. There's also the acid spray up on him. They need a root to really get the kill. Calldown gonna be used, however, they're just gonna get the kill against anyway, I guess. Smoglu here as well now, thinking about maybe going in. Killchva has that point in true form finally. And this support Alchemist, he's doing God's work. Wandering around getting kills everywhere. What is he sitting at? 1, 1, and 2. I thought he had more than that. I guess actually Fauna's doing all the work. Gonna get in there and stable concoction off this time on Smugly. He's gonna get hit by that orb of venom. He's pretty slow. The bear getting blocked by Emerald Bulldog a little bit now. Getting in a fight. Homing missile coming for Pot's gonna get killed off by Fada long before it hits. Rune gonna be bottom. It's gonna get denied by Aki actually. Alex staying next to it and doesn't pick it up. Now everyone's just kind of wandering around. In the meantime, Black is starting to get that big farm. Has the Ring of Aquila done as well as his treads? And Black just continuing to sit up here and farm. No Tidehunter gotta make something happen here. They can't just hope to outcarry a super farmed Morphling as he just continues to sit here. Get everything in the world. Now he's even putting pressure on the tier 1 tower in the top lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
That tier 1 taking a lot of damage. They're gonna pop the glyph, which keeps it alive for the moment. Meantime, the Tidehunter in this bottom lane.
Top tower is under
trying
attack.
to pressure the tier 1 tower down here as well. Gonna pop the glyph. That acid spray burning away the creep wave as well as the heroes. Pretty annoying. Now there's a bear getting involved in the fight. This tower is in deny range. See when they go for it. Bear's starting to lay into it. There's another creep wave here.
Come get healed.
Emerald Bulldog getting rid of. Going to infest into a creep, staying alive for a moment. Splitter's going to land on Fada. Drops the Dream Coil on Emerald Bulldog, and that rage has already been used. That's going to be his death. A double kill for Fada now on the puck. And the tower is still in deny range. Didn't even get
middle tower is under attack.
the deny.
Invisibility.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now there's some pressure coming on this tier 1 tower back the way from Mouse.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So that tier 1 tower gonna go down. Fada able to get that kill as well. All the money in the world going the way of this puck. Highest gold per minute in the game with all of those kills. As well as that tower kill. Now he's 4-0-3. So he's been involved in 7 of the 10 kills coming out from the Mousesports lineup at the moment.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Morphling has made his way to this mid lane now. 1500 gold up on him, has the Ring of Health. Probably seen a Linkage come out from him, which I think is a more standard Morphling build nowadays. We don't really see the shotgun Morphling that we used to see. I don't care if you guys have ad block on, that's your decision. I don't get any money from any ads that you see on my stream, so maybe someday I'll get that, but right now I do not. Black continuing to farm up in this top lane.
Stop you.
And Fada getting that big farm in the mid lane. He has his blink dagger up now. This puck is going to be kind of a huge issue for No Tidehunter. Loserbracket, I'm surprised that no one from Mousesports denied this tower. I mean, Loserbracket just gets the kill, basically. They probably pop Edict, I don't know.
Tower is under attack.
Into tier 1 in the mid lane, taking some damage. Looks to be going down here. Probably Fada gets that last hit on Puck, no big deal. This is what Puck needs, more money. so he could keep showing off how much more farmed he is than black. He's got his ultimate orb picked up now, so we will be seeing that Lincoln's come out from him. I mean, I'm not super sure what he's hoping to block with it, I guess. Like homing missile? Open wounds occasionally? There aren't a lot of, I guess, the slow
Radiant's top tower
from
has been denied.
Aki. There aren't a ton of targeted spells here, but just given tanky spells, they're just gonna get destroyed. Along with Enchantress, that gank coming out from Puck. A double kill now, trying to do some damage to that courier. Not going to be able to get it, and I'm blinking away because there are 3 heroes here.
Here I am. Silence.
So Puck continuing to fly around, getting all of the farm all over the map. Joshua wandering around trying to find whatever he can too. What's he got up on this bear guy? Can't click. 2 gloves of haste. 2 gloves of haste. He is so hasty. Emerald Bulldog still trying to get that armlet done, but not really close. Double damage, we're gonna get sniped off by Kyochva there on the bear. Meantime, Loda getting ganked, the unstable concoction, that's gonna be his death. No chance, Puck another kill. He's sitting at what, 7 now?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
7-0. We can see the CS. Black, you know, obviously leading at the moment. He's been sitting up here farming quite a bit. Look at all of these morphling illusions. Oh, you can make a replicant of an illusion of morphling? That's super confusing. Okay. Well, Mousesports looking pretty far ahead. Let's take a quick look at experience and gold graphs, since it looks like they're not putting any pressure for the moment. 7,500 the experience lead for Mousesports. Gold sitting about the same, so they're ahead by quite a bit. Looks like they're going on Alchemist here. Look at him, he's trying to run away. Gonna get the unstable concoction too, unfortunately. Splitter's gonna land as well as the homing missile. That should be his death. S4 here as well. The wand gonna keep him alive momentarily, but Gyrocopter able to get the kill. Now S4 skewering in, gonna get silenced up. Fada gonna be able to drop the Dream Coil. Lands on several heroes, gonna stun them up. S4 trying to go for the respite. Dodge with the phase shift. S4 gonna go down. Puck just completely outplaying him in this game. Shadow Demon gonna go down to Gyrocopter in the meantime, however. And Puck killed someone else off as well. Now going on Aki. Going to just blink in, silence, orb away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Don't go for Gyro, okay. And to have a fight now going to take place in the range jungle. It looks like Smoley getting rooted up by the bear. Taking quite a bit of damage. Kyochva gonna let himself just get stunned up by the Split Earth. In the meantime, Fada able to kill off the Enchantress, and then Kyochva able to finish off Lone Druid, or Gyrocopter with some Lone Druid bear attacks. And now the tier 2 of the bottom lane just gonna finish it off by a bear. This double gloves build, so hasty. Can't deal with bears. I'm not sure what he's going for with him. If he wants to pick up maybe, there's the armlet. He's going at least for the armlet. Maybe we'll see a Maelstrom come off next as well. There's the Mithril Hammer. So yeah, going for armlet and Maelstrom, and just wanted all the attack speed on the bear they could get for the time being.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meantime, this mid tier 2 takes a little bit of damage. Roche attempt now coming out from Mousesports, sitting at 17-3 with the lead in terms of kills, which is kind of a big deal. Probably going for that sacrifice, it looks like.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Stay near.
Druko gonna come out from Fada. Aki gonna die immediately away from coming through as well. Puck getting a double kill, finishing off the enchanters as well. The reverse player gonna catch quite a few, gonna lead to the death of the Puck as well as the Alchemist. They're trying to run away. And Black gonna be able to finish off a couple kills. Only the two heroes that went down in the reverse player is still dead on the Mousesports lineup. Buyback coming out from Fada. Looks like Black chasing down low, not really gonna be able to go for the kill. And S4 with this haste rune, gonna be able to survive, no one really able to pick him off. Okay, Puck gonna kill off Smuggler. Black trying to get away is just gonna probably strengthen more up here if it ever looks like he's actually gonna die. Which at the moment does not. S4 able to finish off Lone Druid in the back of the fight. Wait for him coming out from Black. The shockwave gonna hit him as well, he needs to start healing up. And he's going to, and suddenly he's unkillable. Surprise, Morphling. You can't actually steal illusions with Chen. And Puck going to be able to dodge the homing missile with that phase shift. He's continuing to just get in little fights.
Silence. Gather round.
And Junko going to be dropped. Emerald Bulldog is going to be able to get away in the midst of rage. Going to arm the tackle as well. Smoke is going to be the one who takes the drop here. That kill going the way of Shadow Demon with his ultimate popping. You can't actually target heroes with Chen. Because you can target heroes with Enchantress, or enemy heroes with Enchantress's ability, it works on illusions, and it just has a different effect. Fada gonna find Repeat Rune, pretty convenient. See if he pops it. I would kind of expect him to just farm some wave up with some nukes and then pop it to get all of his mana back. But No Tidehunter being not completely out of it with that fight. There's a Medallion and Mech up on the support Alchemist here. Nothing at all of him pausing the Shadow Demon. Trying to just not get killed by Loda. Black not even going to help him. Just like, you take it. Morphling going to deny on that tier 1 in the mid lane. Black taking quite a bit of damage. The Steel Concoction going to fly through Black in some trouble as well as some of his teams with that ult coming through. Black going to survive, however. And his teammates not going down yet either. They're able to finish off Lifestealer, who's dead. Now Loda getting killed off as well on the Gyrocopter. Enchantress getting in a fight with Alex. Unfortunately, the Steel Concoction is there. S4 going to go down to Lone Druid. Bear attacks. And now Aki, the only one left alive. They know exactly where he's at. Because he has support Alchemist chasing him down. GG's gonna get called by S4. They're done with it. This game gonna go the way of Mousesports. So they're gonna be able to tie it up in this best of 3 series. And this was a pretty convincing looking game for Mousesports. Their draft just a lot stronger. We saw No Tidehunter not really sure what their lanes wanted to be. They ended up running the tri-lane in the top lane with Enchantress, Lifestealer, and the Leshrac. And they just didn't really have as much to get done. They were up against Alchemist, Shadow Demon, and Morphling. We can look at the gold difference. I mean, experience is going to be like 18k, gold only about 15k. It's not the hugest advantage, but it's quite large, and with how the pace of the game had been going, was pretty much insurmountable for No Tidehunter. They weren't out farming Black at any point in time. That's going to be dire victory. Smut's going to take it, tying it up in this best of 3. Next game, game number 3, going to be the decider, and whoever loses is out of the Russian DOTA2 League. Once again, my name's Kanaz. Thanks for coming. Feel free to stick around. We'll be back momentarily with game number 3.